Oh my God. We're here. We're
We're
here.
here.
We're here. It's me. It's Jake. And that's Paul over there. Hey, Paul.
How's it going?
Well, it's going well. How about you?
It's good. Had a nice week vacation.
Had some
I deserved it.
hiatus.
Been working too hard. Now
Yeah,
we're back.
just so everyone knows, he works like 12-hour days with COVID shit. So he needs a fucking vacation every once in a while, you know? And it's not like we missed anything huge in the UFC or anything. We didn't really miss much. Just some shit talk here and there from the old McGregs. Other than that.
Yeah, and then Kevin Holland subbed in. Darren Till broke his collarbone.
Yeah, okay. Oh, let's talk about that collarbone quick. Let's talk about that fucking collarbone.
I hate seeing injuries like that.
That looked painful, dude. That looked so painful.
It's so tough.
Everyone listening, go Google that. Are we allowed to show it or will we get pulled? What do you think?
Well, it's just like, I don't know. The thing about the collarbone is it's such a tricky, like, place, and he's a puncher. Like, let's not, forget. It's not like, he's an accountant. He's a puncher, and that's, his entire shoulder, and I don't know which side it is, but that's tough, man. You hate to see it, especially for how young he is.
Well, I mean, and how old is he, like 23?
No, he's in his late 20s.
Oh, I say it says UFC Vegas 23. My bad. I was like, whoa, dude, this kid's young. Yeah, Darren Till out, and then okay, I'm looking at the X-ray right now. Well, that's a bad X-ray. Oh my God. No, it's not great. He has good tattoos though, man. He looks like he has some pretty nice tattoos. He's got like the full sleeve, like with the fish on it and stuff. Those are good.
Respect.
What are you gonna? Okay, so have you ever broken your collarbone or your? Is that your clavicle? Is that the correct?
Yeah, that is.
Your clav. You ever snapped your clav?
I have never.
Neither have I, man. I don't know how that would feel. I'm guessing it's very painful though. I can't imagine it would feel any good.
Yeah, well, it's gonna put his career back probably a year.
A full year?
He's gonna have to probably get surgery. They'll plate it up.
Yeah, it's a big break.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not good.
You've broken bones before.
Fingers.
Yeah, from
broken fingers.
From Taekwondo and
jiu-jitsu and toes. Broken bunch of toes.
Yeah, dude. I remember when you were like every Christmas you'd come over and one of your fingers would be like, stuck to the other finger. Taped up. Like, they'd be like, oh yeah, like this. That's always good shit.
But yeah, that was, I don't know, I don't want to call cards like unremarkable, but I don't know, when the big talking point out of the card is Julian Marquez calling out the Kansas City Chiefs in a game of pickleball.
Yeah.
Not much happened.
In a game of pickleball.
Yeah, like, he had a swing and a miss with Miley Cyrus. You remember that?
We talked about that extensively.
Yep.
That's the thing. He had a swing, and then he connected with the ball, and then it's almost as if like a bird flew in the way of the ball and made it go foul out or something. Like it was he fucked himself over. The McCafe, disgusting.
It's definitely frustrating. It's like the equivalent of someone like setting a world record at a like a national event and then going to the Olympics and complaining about why the world record is so fast.
Right.
You're like, didn't you set it? But yeah, he went out there. It worked. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, they're all talking about it. I guess they're playing pickleball or something.
I've never played
badminton.
Have we ever played pickleball?
In high school gym class.
I never played it, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a pretty bougie sport. I've seen it at local like private gyms and stuff. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, but
okay.
Yeah, like so it's essentially tennis but with like a plastic ball and like plastic rackets.
So I guess today we should talk about this because tonight there are fights. There's like 4 fights tonight in Bettor.
Yeah, it's actually a surprisingly good card. Raymond Daniels murdered a man on the prelims.
Did he actually?
So he dropped the guy like twice in the first round, and then the guy gutted it out to the end. I saw that it was a decision, but I stopped watching after that and went to enjoy a delicious burger.
But a delicious.
Having Raymond Daniels on the prelims is so disgraceful. That guy is primetime must-see television, but instead he's just axing dudes on the. I don't know.
We said something that pissed someone off.
What?
We got quote tweeted.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. And our episode that got quote tweeted got like exponentially blew up. Like,
Oh, no.
50 downloads per day after that happened.
Oh no.
It's awesome. I think it's because we're shitting on Barstool. I think that's what it comes down to.
Oh yeah, you went hard on them.
Dude, cause fuck them. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't care. What are you gonna do? Set up another fake fight for 50 grand guaranteed, you assholes? Sure, do it. I don't care. Steal money. Do your dirty tricks. Do you?
The Johnny Football thing is really confusing, but
It's not
we don't have to give
confusing.
him more airspace.
It's not confusing. It's very much straightforward. They're fucking with you. It's a money grab. It's bullshit. It's not real sports betting. It's not real.
Do you think we threw off the bots?
I think this is fucking
Barstool.
I think this is the sports Enron. I swear to God, dude, they're going down eventually. SEC is gonna file.
Well, I mean, it's only a matter of time before Barstool starts having, like, clown fighting and, like, man versus animal pay-per-views.
I don't even understand half of the shit that they talk about, too. Like, first of all, our dude with the 1 minute speech that he gives, he always like, all right, man, my Tom Brady mother, and he, like, just tries to yell at the camera. It's like, half of what you say is bullshit and wrong in the first place. I mean, half the time I go read the Twitter and the tweets underneath it, and it's like, yeah, that didn't happen. Like, it's very opinionated. But hey, so is this entire stretch.
Doesn't he review pizzas?
Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he reviews pizzas that he gets, like, and then he just, yeah, whatever, who cares? Dude, go review a Jack's Daniel pizza. Why not? You probably already have. Or not Jack's Daniel, that's liquor. Jack's Pizza. I guarantee you.
Yeah, the Jack's Pizza.
I guarantee you he's done a frozen pizza review. That's how low his content has gotten. I guarantee you that he's reviewed a Jack. I bet you he's gotten a Red Bear and cooked it up and it was like, oh, that's pretty good. Bet your money.
It's like, the real savings are when you get 5 of them for $10.
I'm going to Google it. Barstool Jack's Pizza review. Yeah, he did it.
It's there.
2000 in the year 2. He fucking did it. Yeah, see?
Was it a Supreme?
It's just I don't want to give this a time. It's a cheese pizza. It's a cheese pizza. It's a cheese pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this fucking
Probably had one of those rotating ovens too, not even a real oven, just plugged into the wall.
I bet you he hired that fucking huge fat rhinoceros of a fucking NASCAR host that he has sports betting all those fucking races. That dude has his gut hanging out over his dick. If he's married, he hasn't had sex in years because the shit doesn't even fit. He's got his fat, and I guarantee you he's not dating some skinny broad either. I guarantee you the chick he's with is at least $375. He goes to Heart Attack Grill in Vegas, his meal is free. Oh, Jake, don't fat shame.
Because it's like a food challenge type thing?
Yeah, if you're over 350 pounds, it's free. So him and his wife would fit in perfectly. They'd be the fucking... I guarantee you they'd be like Jared was to Subway soon. They would be like, do you want to come be our spokesperson? You're so hugely fat, it would make really good sense for you to be our... And it's called the Heart Attack Grill, so I really hope that shortly after eating there he drops. But hey, that's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah, that is a legendary place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Heart Attack, yeah.
Yeah, everyone goes there when they come to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone, Jake. You're right. People who review shitty pizza places and make videos about it might not. But I guarantee you, your NASCAR host definitely is with that dude's fucking waistline. Come at me with your bullshit. Hey, we're back. We're back hot, aren't we? We're back hot, aren't we? We're back, dude.
Yeah, we're back.
We're right back into it.
But I guess I was gonna say I was wrong to say that the only interesting thing was Julian Marquez's call out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Mackenzie Dern winning by first round armbar was fantastic. That was some legendary stuff. She's probably one fight away from a title shot against the winner of Wei Li Zhang versus Rose Namajunas.
Okay. I mean, is there something worth talking about with it, other than just like?
Other than like, she's excellent. You know, you go to the ground with her, she's a shark, and that's it. Nobody survives.
What's her background? Jiu-jitsu?
Yes. Yeah, she is the creme de la creme of jiu-jitsu.
The creme de la creme.
She's the best. She is the best. Multiple weight classes.
Really? How come I've never? What? Say her name again.
Mackenzie Dern.
Oh, Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, Joey Diaz has this hilarious riff about her, but I don't want to get into it because it's Joey Diaz.
You don't like Joey Diaz?
No, I love Joey Diaz. I just can't disrespect it.
I love Joey. He's so great.
Mackenzie Dern missed weight once, and Joey Diaz went on a riff about her physique.
let me tell you, cocksuckers. That shit when he just goes on.
Yeah.
I love Joey. His voice.
Listen here, Jake. Listen. You're gonna go on stage tonight and you're gonna fucking kill it. You're gonna fucking kill it. Don't fucking listen to any of these fucking pussies over here. These cocksuckers don't know shit about fucking comedy. You go on stage, you do your thing.
Thanks, Joe. I met you tonight. He's the most supportive person on the planet. You just walk backstage and you're like, yeah, I'm gotta be on stage my first time at this club, kind of nervous.
Man, fuck that. Don't you be nervous, cocksucker. Don't you be nervous. Make these motherfucking crowds go bitches.
It's just so supportive in like the most violent way. it's just great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very.
And you know he had like a giant edible before.
Yeah, like 1,000 milligrams while smoking a blunt.
The Death Star.
Dude, he's crazy. I tried to, because he was on Getting Doug with High, which is like one of my favorite podcasts with Doug Benson. And, like, he's the only person I've ever seen go on there and just, like, outsmoke Doug Benson. You're supposed to wait till 4:20, and Joey's already got, like, he's, like, 2 joints in already by the time that the clock starts. Takes an edible, rips, like, dabs every 3 seconds. He's just fucking ripping it. And then Doug's over on the other side with his head, like, I don't know how you're doing this. He's just so fucking stoned, he couldn't even handle it. Even Eric Andre
He's
couldn't
gotta
keep
be
up.
like a camel, where he just stores it all in the blubber.
Oh, for sure. I mean, do you think he'll ever, if he stopped smoking today, would he pass a piss test ever for the rest of his life, or do you think it would just constantly be in his fat cells forever?
Well, that's what I mean by he's like a camel. You know, the camel stores water in its humps. You know,
Yeah.
like it's got to be the same thing for Joey. He's probably got like a month's reserve in there.
Dude, let me pause quick because I have to tell you something funny, but I don't want the audience to hear it. So let me just pause quick. I just got a text message, and I gotta tell you, and I can't let everyone else know what just happened. So I gotta tell you just 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. We'll be back. And we're back. That was just something none of you were allowed to hear because it affects my future. So we'll just hold off for that news.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's the laugh cast.
I can't have it. It can't. The laugh cast. Oh god. Anyway, dude. Yeah, let's get back to it. Okay, we're back. Let's. So the last time we were together, we were talking about the Stipe. And no, we didn't talk about yet. That fucking picture that you showed me of someone's finger being ripped off of their goddamn hand.
Well, I remember thinking that it was, when I first saw it, I was like, he must have got his hand stuck in the cage. But apparently it got kicked off. Like, apparently it just got punted clean off. And it has been reattached. They did follow up with the guy. It's been reattached.
Oh, really? So he's good?
Yes, and they actually are looking, I don't know if they did it, or but they're looking to overrule it as a no contest.
Oh, really? That's a development. So what would that mean? If they overruled as a no contest, what would it go to? Then he would win?
Just nobody wins. Just what it means, no contest.
Oh, so they want it to be no contest. So So currently the other guy wins.
Yeah, take it off the record, yeah.
I gotcha. Well, yeah, if you get your finger fucking kicked off, I would hope so. I mean, that's...
It's pretty game.
Did you ever play that football video game where it was like extra violent football, where you'd like get your finger stuck in someone's helmet and they would like rip your finger off and shit? Did you ever play that game?
I saw ads for it. I never played it.
I had it, and I wish I remembered what the game was. If someone's listening and you know what it is, I need you to tell me, because we got to play that sometime. We'll stream it. You and I will play it, and we'll rip each other's fingers off and shit.
Oh my gosh.
And then we'll just stream that as a fucking episode 1 week. That'll be cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
but yeah, I think we should actually go back a week, because we didn't talk about Stipe Francis.
No, we didn't. We got to talk about Stipe and Francis. We did not. Let me back up. Let me load that real quick. Stipe.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did to my boy, my poor boy Stipe. Just like
Francis and Ngannou overwhelmed Stipe, dude. Overwhelmed Stipe. I mean, his face was like. Some of the pictures.
I like the one with the air guitar.
But for what it's worth, congratulations to Francis Ngannou for winning that heavyweight championship on Saturday. Like that, you have respect. There has.
That was a true crowning moment.
That was. I mean, it was because he had like a blowout loss to Stipe. Like when 2018, 17, 18.
Yeah, he was just green. He just wasn't there. And my thought after the fight was, imagine if he was champ a year ago. He would have, knocked out Jairzinho Rosenstrike.
Right.
in like 14 seconds. He would knock out Curtis Blades, and he would just go on this epic defense. But
Well,
yeah, I think he's got a long future as champion.
I definitely think so. I mean, Jesus, dude, he put on a performance. Plus, his arms are, like, compared to everyone else in that weight class, his arms are fucking, like, he's built. He has, like, 1.1% fat in his body. This man hasn't
like
had...
a cat.
This guy, he reminds me of, like, Step Brother, who's like, I haven't had a carb since 2008. This guy hasn't had a carb since 2008.
He's a special
He's
athlete.
shredded ripped. He's a fucking athlete, dude. This kid's an athlete. This is like LeBron James style athlete. Good as fuck.
Everyone, the thing is everyone's like, oh, he started MMA late. He's learning late, but it's like, it doesn't mean he doesn't have miles.
It doesn't
like,
matter.
He was a legit freak athlete when he started learning the sport.
Yeah, he was already really good at sports.
My guess is they're not going to let the John Jones fight happen just yet. I think they're going to do the Lewis fight. They're going to remove the stink from Francis Lewis, and then they're going to do the John Jones fight.
That would make sense, though. It would make sense, because then the comment section without that, if you
Lewis won the split.
Exactly. It's going to be just cancer on Twitter, which is already cancer-filled.
And Lewis is like really easy to negotiate with. Like, that's the thing, is if they're gonna do this fight for all the marbles, and I think John would even support it too, because if John wants to get paid, he wants Francis to put Lewis on a poster, sell him as an NFT knockout.
An NFT.
Like, Francis did that. Francis sold his knockout of Stipe as an NFT.
What?
Yeah.
No, I did not. It's probably in the
I don't know how much it was worth, but I heard his manager, Eric Nixick, talking about it.
Let me look. Google. $581,000.
Get paid, young man.
Get fucking paid. $581K. Man, we got to get in on these NFTs. If anyone wants to buy an NFT of my dick, let me know. I'll fucking... I don't care. I don't care anymore. 581,000 is enough to buy my pride. That's bought and paid for my pride.
Luke Thomas is probably, like, I don't know, he's got a good, I love quoting him, but he was saying, he doesn't think NFTs are a scam, but people who like scams like NFTs.
People who like scams like NFT. I get you. It's not technically a scam.
Like, it's not a scam, but
it's so close. You might as well just be a con artist to fucking. Well, like a con. When people call people a con artist, do you know the word con means confidence? It's just someone who confidently talks to your face as a con man. A confidence man is someone who can confidently sell you anything. It's a fucking salesman.
In nature, there are hyenas and wolves, that take people out. The Hungarian box. You remember the Hungarian box story?
I don't think so. Hungarian
The guy would
box?
sit on a train with a box that would turn a $1 bill into a $100 bill, and he would show people it, and he would say, like, no, I'm not going to sell it, and it was in the, when trains were first being made.
Right.
Like the 1800s.
Right.
And people thought it was literally like a magic device, and then he would sell it, and then just get off the train, and the person would realize it's a scam, they'd be 2 stops up the road.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, NFTs. I don't want this picture. That's all right. He's already he's in Guatemala by now, man. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it. The money's gone. I mean, dude, this is crazy. Especially, I mean, and we got to talk about the co-main event with Tyson Woodley. I mean, that's his 4th straight fucking loss. 4th straight.
Yeah. I mean,
what's gonna happen?
Respect to Woodley for going out there.
Yeah, but 4 straight.
What's crazy is that punch landed against Darren Till, where it didn't land on Luque, and Luque just overhanded into him in another dimension.
Well, yeah. I'm afraid for his future in the UFC. I don't think it's there anymore. I think he's done in the UFC.
And there's no shame in that.
I'm not saying there's shame. I don't like to see it. I think Tyson Woodley's fun to watch. I don't like seeing. It's like watching a really good player retire early. It's just like I don't want to see that. Like, he's better than 4 losses straight. That's the thing. He's not 4 losses straight bad.
Yeah, and he had his moments too. Like, he actually looked good early, but man, I hate seeing that rear uppercut. Those, like, in MMA, it's such a gigantic punch. Junior Dos Santos made his career off it.
Yeah, dude.
But it's such a it's such a wind up that those check hooks come in hot in 4-ounce gloves. I don't know. You can miss really easily as well.
Were we talking about changing gloves at one point? What were we talking about? I think this was like early.
Oh,
episodes.
the eye pokes.
Yeah, we were talking about early episodes. So like, what were we what were we talking about with that?
It's probably related to eye pokes.
Well,
I guess
we were talking about the millimeter of the glove.
Oh, the ounces, like the difference in weight.
Yeah, maybe that. What were we were talking about, like how they should change from this to another. What are we talking
Oh, yeah. So the Pride gloves, they had extra padding around the knuckles so that it curled your fingers forward, so you could still grapple, but you wouldn't be able to like poke someone's eye flat. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people did enjoy it, but the UFC never adopted it.
So what? Have they kept the same glove since the beginning? The UFC.
Yeah,
It's been
to
the
my knowledge.
same glove. Damn.
And they also don't have, like, this is one of the things, like, so in boxing, the wrapping of the hands is so important, right? Like, you can have one of your coaches watch their opponent get their hands wrapped, and Floyd was notorious for it. Like, I remember Floyd had Pacquiao, like, rewrap his hands, like, 3 times, like, just to mess with him. But
You have to make someone rewrap their hands?
yeah, your coach can say, like, I don't like that.
Why?
And you don't have to give them a reason.
So the other team can tell you to rewrap your hands?
Yeah, Pacquiao's coaches could have told Floyd to rewrap his hands.
I don't get it. Why?
It's well, a lot of it is like extra padding. Like if you like, I don't know, you can throw on like a ton of tape onto your knuckles and genuinely use them as like bricks.
Okay, I get it.
You know, now nobody does that because it's not they do it more out of like respect.
Yeah,
now,
well, boxing
but I
is
mean,
a classic game.
there were epic, legendary stories of people loading their gloves, having like egg weights in their gloves,
Really?
and yeah.
Man, see, ever since I've been watching like so many Amazon Prime docs and shit on boxing too, just to see the history of it and shit. I mean, fuck. This sport is like the closest thing to the days of the Coliseum and gladiators, as they're like in the history of boxing. Like watching, I mean, UFC is getting a little closer, just the way that they're fighting. But like, god damn, you watch some of those old boxing matches where they would just fucking just beating the
15
shit
rounds
out of
were
each other,
scary,
man.
man.
And they'd be like, their faces would be just fucking puffed. It's unbelievable at those. I mean, they went to battle in there, man. They went to fucking
Well,
battle.
then that's what was on television. Like, imagine what those guys were doing at the gym. Like, I remember the Gracies were notorious in jiu-jitsu, where they would take on all comers, and they were like stories of like 3-hour matches where those guys would just murder each other.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Conditioning of a fucking gazelle. There's no other way.
just yeah, like gosh, it was a different time. It was definitely but people would do that. Like they would load their gloves, and now it's just a respect thing.
Right.
But
So
yeah, I forget the name of the guy that like died because that happened.
do you remember when back when the United States, like, not to bring up the political part of it, just the event part of it, when the Japanese were being in internment camps? Did you know how big boxing got in those internment camps among the Japanese?
Oh, really?
It got,
I didn't know that.
yeah, well, I had no idea until I was, like, watching this thing and they had, like, these old pictures of dudes making, like, a boxing ring outside and teaching their kids, and, like, apparently in those camps and stuff, there was, like, notoriously good boxing and good baseball in there. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there have been quite a few fantastic Japanese boxers.
Yes,
just forgetting the name. We gotta look it up real quick. But there's one guy, pretty sure he's from Japan. But anyways, he's fantastic. He's like at 121. But anyways, let's get back to the UFC card. Yeah, we had O'Malley. O'Malley won by decision, which was exciting.
Are you talking about Tato Ando?
Anyway,
Well, I'm serious.
I'm talking about Inoue.
Oh, Inoue.
Yep. Yeah, he's young. He was born in '93. But yeah, he is fantastic. That dude has lightning in his hands.
Damn, dude. Look at this guy go. Look at these pictures. Yeah, man, he's fast.
Yeah, they're very well. He's also in a lightweight class, and seeing knockouts in that weight class is insane.
I want to talk about Jake Paul real quick.
Oh my!
Did you see what he put out today regarding his head?
Oh jeez. Yeah, I mean, do we want to save that for the mini?
We might.
The Jake Paul Ben Askren mini episode.
We might. I mean, I just want to talk about head injuries. because it's
Well, so what he's saying is that he believes that he's like has early signs of CGE, and that shows his dedication to the game.
right.
But I don't know. I think it's a little foolish.
I don't see it as dedication. I see it as stupid.
Well, it's like what athletic? If the athletic commission is going to take that very seriously, and they're going to be like, "Oh, you have proof of this, so like, let's see it."
Well, like,
and then what? They cancel the fight. They don't let his career take off. Like,
well,
it's a very silly thing to say from a lot of angles.
but I just want to. But it's kind of weird that we live in an area where talking about a head injury could cancel your career. Like, I understand. Like, the point is that I'm trying to make is someone with 5 concussions. The amount of problems that I've gone through, like with getting my pilot's license, with being able to play varsity sports in high school in the first place, intramural sports in college, were almost goddamn not allowed. Club team, playing that club hockey team was like, I barely made it onto the club hockey team because of it. Like, and it's other people getting to decide for you what's gonna be best for your head. So like, I think when it comes to head injuries, people do need to be made aware of it, and like, obviously, but at the same time, I don't want you making a decision for me as if my career can take off or not. If I want to knock myself silly and die at 50, then that's my fucking right. If I want to go sit in a parking lot and drink myself to death, then that's my right. Like, I don't understand why someone else gets to decide for the athlete what's good for
it's
them.
the state. It's the state commission.
That's what I'm saying, though. I understand that, but like, the authority of the state commission is becoming overwhelming, and it always does in every league. And anytime you get an organization that takes like control of an entity, it becomes obnoxiously invasive. And that's what I'm worried about. And it's just another step in towards like, well, now we're going to take your hair, and now we're going to take your this and your that. And
wow.
It's like, can we just fucking box? Like, you know, can we just go play hockey? Like, do we have to fucking do all this? Like, I know the head injuries are here. I understand that. And if you're talking about kids, then yeah, you should intervene on behalf of children. I'm talking about grown adults here. Like, if I'm 26 and you tell me, hey, there isn't a possible to get brain injuries which could result in early death, and I decide anyway to go in with it, that's it. That's it. That should be it.
So when's your boxing match with Johnny Football?
I will not be boxing anyone because I'm smart and I want to keep my brain. I'm just saying, if I choose to go box Johnny Football and get knocked out like a bitch, then that is my right. that is my right to do so.
Oh man.
Oh god.
But what else? So yeah, I guess to finish off the card, Miranda Maverick, she's actually slated to fight the Barber. That's who she's slated to fight, and that's a really good fight. I think Maverick probably takes that one, but yeah, that's probably it for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, there's probably not much. Fight card. Let's see.
Little bit of news, I guess. Misha Tate has her comeback fight against Marion Renault. That's an interesting story. I wonder what's going on with her and ONE FC. ONE FC, they have got the TNT deal, and Jesus Christ, we got to talk about Demetrius Johnson getting kneed into another dimension.
We've talked about getting kneed so many times here, but we got to talk. Oh my God.
It's just so crazy that Demetrius is on Ariel Helwani's show the week before saying, like, I think knees to the ground opponent should be allowed. I think, you shouldn't. That rule set's the best rule set. And then, fast forward to Saturday and he gets destroyed by a knee on the ground.
Am I allowed to show this? I have the video. Can I show it?
If you would like, as producer of the show.
I'm not. Let me look it up first before I.
It's scary. It's from half guard. It's a weird position. I've never seen like a knee launched from that position.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that was actually just a.
But yeah, it definitely was not a good start for ONE FC on TNT. Because you have Eddie Alvarez in the co-main event, and he loses by DQ in a rather questionable disqualification. Then Demetrius Johnson, their superstar, gets murked. Well, that Demetrius Johnson was the one they traded Ben Askren for, and look at what Ben Askren's doing. Like, he brought, you can talk about his losses and this and that, but I mean, he's brought a ton of money to the UFC. He's now going to make a crazy amount of cash. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that pay-per-view does like 1 million, 1.5 million pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, dude. I
I mean,
can't.
and I wonder how many people are even buying it for the Justin Bieber concert that's going on during it.
The MMA says that they are not allowing any clips, videos, or images of any time to be included on any foreign broadcasting without the express written permission of the Ultimate Fighter Championship organization.
Well, this was ONE FC.
Yeah. Oh, it's ONE FC, then it's fine, I'm sure. Good. Good. I don't think that they're big enough to care. I think they just want the publicity.
They're pretty big, but
Not big enough to... We'll see. We'll see if you're cool. If you guys block me, then I will make sure that this podcast never has a positive attitude towards you again.
oh, or we can accept them and then create a ONE FC podcast.
Why can't I
That'd
see
be
the
cool.
video? Let me see it.
But
It won't let me see it, man.
what else?
It's blocked content. I can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. But take my word for it. It's gnarly.
I'd say I saw it on YouTube on like one of the clips that shows up, but I wanted to put it on here too so people could see it, but it's just not going to happen. Sorry, look it up for yourselves. I probably would have gotten pulled down anyway if I would have pulled it up. So
I just can't imagine. Like, I don't know. I'm looking at my notes for this podcast you never did. But it's O'Malley, man. I just couldn't imagine him fighting Pedro Munoz or like Dillashaw or Sandhagen. Like, I think he needs to go into like that Donald Cerrone, like Kevin Holland type territory where it's like you're in that top 10, top 15, and you're just waxing dudes at the end of their career. And you're just putting on sweet KOs. And that's fine. Like, that's a way. I mean, Donald Cerrone made his entire career off it.
Yes, he did. That was literally his career. Yeah. Yeah. Are we finished talking about Bellator, or do you want to finish talking about Bellator? Like Anderson, Yanez, there's Hamzi, there's Phil Davis fighting Vadim Nemkov.
That's a wicked fight. Davis versus Nemkov. That is hard, man.
And that's at a plus 55, minus 185. So, I mean, Vegas is pretty much made up on Nemkov winning that one.
And he probably should. He should be the favorite. Nemkov is scary, man.
I'm still putting...
He's got wicked Muay Thai and an insane ground game. I mean, he toyed Ryan Bader on the ground. And Bader's going to give him a second chance.
Well, anytime
that side of the bracket is rough.
Anytime that a name ends with an OV, Vegas has money on them. It's just, if it's Russian, they bet. That's just the way that Vegas...
If he has a square brown beard.
Like this one. Davletskov, Yagshimiradov. I can't say. Dovletszhanyagshimiradov. Okay, Dovletszhanyagshimiradov. That's his fucking name. Good luck.
Somewhere there's a Magomed Shapiro Nurmagomedov, who's the greatest fighter of all time.
Oh, can we take a moment of silence for the true American hero, Bernie Madoff, who died in prison recently? Okay, thank you for that moment of silence. That's all he really needed. He needed like 1 second. He followed the American dream to a T. To a T!
Oh my god.
Steal from everyone and, just make it last as long as possible and then die somewhere, and that's the end of America. That's how we roll here.
That is it. But, yeah, so I guess on Saturday, it's happening. Everyone weighed in, everyone made weight, but Whitaker is taking on Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
Whitaker needs to win this.
Well, okay, if Whitaker... Let's just say Whitaker loses it and, Gastelum wins it. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Whitaker is going to have to be, he'll just be, prelims again. If he gets a call. I'm worried.
Well, he's still good pay-per-view television, but he would very quickly become a gatekeeper.
If you lose again, not really.
It's tough, man. He had 2 wars with Yoel Romero, but he's on a good streak right now. He did lose, so he lost the belt to Izzy, right? And then Izzy went and he tried his champ thing. Right. But I think it would be a good tale if either guy. I think if Gastelum wins, so if either guy wins impressively, I think Izzy fights them next.
Probably.
I think Izzy needs a win. Both rematches are compelling.
Here's what needs. I think Whitaker should win, because an Izzy Whitaker fight would be fucking great. Not saying it wouldn't be great to watch him fight It would be good, but I just think Whitaker has that fucking look at his face, dude. He's just got that. Well, both of them. Gastelum's ears fucking creep me out. He's got big time. He's got to get those drained. Those are gross. But Whitaker just seems like a tough motherfucker. He just does.
Well, Whitaker is far more consistent than Kelvin. Like Kelvin, the problem with Kelvin is he really needs like a 175-pound division. Like that would be ideal for him.
Well, weren't we already talking about that earlier? Like how that would, like we were talking about how that division being put in.
Yeah, they'll never do it, and I actually agree with Dana on like diluting weight classes now. I used to feel differently on it. I think I used to think like, why not have all the champs and double champs, triple champs, and going on. But it really does stagnate divisions. And I mean, look at how exciting these like pseudo tournaments are.
Well, especially when you get like champ fights too, even because it's not so watered. It's like the weight classes aren't in. So when you do get a true champ fight, it's a dope ass fight. It's a dope-ass fight between those weight classes.
Yeah, but I think you lose a lot of like these middleweight tournaments, right? Where we had Marvin Vettori versus it was supposed to be Darren Till last week, and then we have Whitaker and Kelvin Gastelum. They're doing cards on ESPN. Right. So I think for the actual business model of the UFC, it behooves them to have like stacked divisions, as opposed to just having everyone hold a belt like in boxing.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, Whitaker, he beat Darren Till, and he beat the brakes off Jaron Cannonier. Yeah. Good googly moogly. I remember thinking Cannonier. Even Adesanya was saying, like, good luck, Cannonier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he broke his arm with a kick in, like, the first round.
You think he's going to get a steel arm put in, like Diaz has a steel leg put in? Arm bars, motherfuckers. It's
no, that was yeah, God, that was Anderson. Anderson's the one with the steel leg.
Anderson, not Diaz. We've just been talking about Diaz a lot lately because there's the Diaz fight's coming up.
But what else? Yeah, how crazy is that? He's fighting again.
Let's talk about McGregor quick. Wait, did we say we were gonna talk about him this episode?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
What the fuck is McGregor doing? He's like literally going. He's trying to do the shit that he did with Mayweather, except for you just lost 3 in a row, so it's not really as hype anymore. Like that's the problem. You can't shit talk like you did before when you're not the king anymore.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like so. I don't know. It's his brand, it's his ego, it's his image, and I'm sure there's like I'm sure he doesn't want to be promoting Dustin Poirier's hot sauce in the trilogy. Do you remember that?
Was he promoting his hot sauce?
Oh, yeah, I remember that? Like at the weight class, at the weigh-in, Dustin handed him a bottle of hot sauce and hugged each other, and he held the hot sauce up, and he went on Twitter, and he was like, "It's a glorious sauce."
Yeah, I remember.
Like, I'm sure Connor probably had every intention that he was just going to go in there and just smack the ears off Dustin. Dustin fucking
hammered him. Bobcat. Speaking of Bobcats, did you see that?
That is wild.
Did you see that video?
That man finds a Bobcat under his car?
It was attacking his son.
Mm-hmm.
His son's on the other end of the car, and this Bobcat starts coming. I can play that video. I know I have permission for that. I know I have.
He throws the cat end over end.
Yeah, Bobcat throw, and it's the first video. Here we are. All right.
We're about to watch a video, and you're about to hear some screaming, where a man's to get on the road. Where's his coffee?
Here it is.
I'm gonna wash my car.
The rematch between the Bobcat and his dad is going to be on Barstool's next pay-per-view.
Listen. Look at that. I mean, it is a
turn that down.
Oh my God.
Wait, here he comes. Now he's got it in his hands. Look.
He's got the Bobcat.
He's got it in his hands.
And
look at that, Bubba. Look at that.
Throws the Bobcat. Bobcat's coming running back.
And I mean, you talk about going crazy. Now
holy shit. How
awesome. Find the rematch on Barstool's next pay-per-view.
How awesome was that? That was so good. You get it all here, folks. You get UFC, you get Bellator, you get Bobcat tossing. It's like ESPN The Ocho, but cooler. We're way better than the ESPN The Ocho.
We're gonna be covering like those Highland games pretty soon, where they're like tossing logs.
Yeah, we're gonna the mat.
We're just degenerately gambling on guys in kilts.
The world's strongest competitions. Well, I bet you that dude can pull a train further.
Gary, yeah, exactly.
The show's gonna fucking devolve real quick into some shit. Everyone hop on board. This train's going straight to hell. I'm telling you, you're all coming with us.
Oh man,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
funny.
Yeah, no. So McGregor's tweets, he's calling him out, calling him a pussy, he's saying that he's going to fight someone else on the 10th. Good luck getting a fight. So you're saying that that was all bullshit, and it's actually... Because people are still on Twitter being like, is this fight happening or is it not happening? So it is happening?
It's signed.
It's signed. It's a signed contract.
McGregor
Good.
confirmed it.
Good.
July 10th is the day. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know what the actual legitimacy of it is. Like, I don't know if those guys kind of had like a wink and a nod that they were just going to talk shit
Highly doubt
on
it,
each
man.
other.
McGregor is just
Twitter.
a fucking idiot, honestly. The guy's... I wish he'd stop, because he's honestly starting to piss me off a little bit.
There was a video on Instagram of him telling his son to punch another kid on the beach, and it's very questionable.
McGregor telling his son to punch a kid?
Yeah, he's taking a video of himself on the beach, and his son runs up, and he's like, you're a champ, son. And then the kid's like, that kid pushed me. And he's like, go smack him, go punch him in the mouth. Like, it's very concerning.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those. Like
he's
Tom
like
Hanks.
showing. He's like, this is the family crest, and it's like a gorilla with a crown. I'm like, so you just made that, right?
Do you even know what a crest is?
Like
You
a
can't
family
just
crest?
make a family crest. Like that's not. Like you can't just have one because you're fucking Conor McGregor. Like, dude, you were worth $10 a couple years ago. Shut the fuck up. You came from nothing.
That's what's funny about him, like, tweeting at Dustin. He's like, you must be new to money. And he was like, well, Connor, you're pretty new to money,
You're
too.
brand new to money, motherfucker. You've been with money for less than a decade. It's so stupid. It's like that's what I'm saying though. It's like, dude, shit talking is one thing, but just being a dumbass is a whole other thing. And he's just fucking talking stupid. Like if you lose 3 in a row, your brand isn't shit talking anymore. Now your brand is losing 3 in a row. So if you want to correct that, shut your fucking mouth, go to the gym and train, bitch. Don't fucking he's like the UFC
shoulder strike Donald Cerrone.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care. He's like Donald Trump on Twitter. He's just talking shit to people. Oh, well, Russia did do something good against Asia. Who gives a fuck? Gives a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Stop talking shit. Hit the gym, fatty, because you look fat. You look less muscular than before. And if you want to talk shit about it, throw a chair at me. I don't care. That's what I have to say about that. Jeremy DeWitt have an ass. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Get your Irish ass in the gym and fucking work out. Stop tweeting. Sorry, was that too much?
Well, I think he's working out on a yacht these days.
Which is why he loses.
I would work out on that yacht.
Okay.
I remember Dustin talking about
You're
that.
not a
Dustin
champ.
saying that he could see Connor doing like stretching and yoga and like mitt work on the yacht from his hotel room.
Yeah, what a dumbass. Good.
How crazy is that?
He's just
He's literally in his hotel room looking out and seeing Connor training on his yacht, and he's like, man, that got me excited. It also made him want to buy a boat.
Honestly, I guarantee you, everyone's second favorite day is the day they buy a boat, and everyone's first favorite day is the day they fucking sell it. Let me tell you something.
Well, you saw that Connor sold his stake in Proper 12, right?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. What the fuck? Why?
Well, I don't think Connor had a part in it. I think Connor has an agency that he works with, and the agency sold. And they sold to the brand that owns Jose Cuervo in 1800.
Eldorado.
And
I think Eldorado's owns them.
okay, yeah. So they purchased it, and I think it was for $150 million.
Really?
I think that was the price that I saw.
I don't get why his agency would sell. Are they seeing a recession on their stock soon or something, or what?
I'm sure it's a very confusing business because I remember also seeing that Connor had to stop production, or not Connor, like he runs the business himself, but Proper 12 had to stop production because green glass ran out of supply chain. So like the supply chain of green glass just fell off the planet. And that was a while ago, but I'm sure they fixed it or they changed the bottle. But yeah.
So what's going to happen now that... Now what's going to happen?
I'm sure he's still in like a spokesperson in some capacity. I'm sure he just doesn't have equity. I'm sure they'll just pay him to like show up in commercials.
Well, I mean, it's 'cause, like he founded it. It's his. It'd be like if The Rock sold Terramana. Like, dude, it's your liquor. It's your tequila.
I mean, Donald Trump did run around the Apprentice building like it was his building.
I mean, yeah, but we're not. He did run around the building like it was his, didn't he? He sure did. He sure
Yeah,
did.
that was quick.
He sure did. That was good. I like it. I like it. I drive for Uber, and I picked up these dudes from the airport, and they were getting married at Trump Hotel. here in Vegas, and like just to spite them. And I'm like, that's hilarious. You guys are the best. I love
Wow. I hope that marriage goes well.
It's probably not going to go well. I don't really know all the people that get married in Vegas and stay married for very long, but, you know, hey, whatever. Do you?
Or people that marry in spite of ex-presidents. Like the bedrock, the cornerstone of their marriage is the hatred of another person.
That's not going to go over well, is it? That's not. What's your foundation? Well, we really got together when Donald Trump was president, and our hatred for him grew our love of each other, and now it's been 55 years. Okay.
Like, we were at Trump's inauguration in the counter-protest.
Oh my god. Well, dude, anything else for this, for today's episode?
Sneaky fight. The people's main event for Saturday night is Alexander Romanov versus Juan Espino.
Yeah, dude.
Espino's an incredible grappler, and Romanov is one of those sambo guys.
Yeah.
He's like a smash and pass.
He's big.
And these guys are legit, like 260 pounds. These guys are going to smash each other.
And and definitely Tracy Cortez and Justine Kish. I think that's going to be a good fight, too, especially because Tracy Cortez is at a minus 286 odds right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catch weight fight, and they're definitely setting her up.
It's flyweight, right? Yeah, it's flyweight.
Yeah. Yeah. And but Kish is a good out. You know, she's a good like watermark of where Cortez is kind of going to be in the division.
Isn't Kish way older than
seeing
Cortez?
Andrei Arlovsky's coming in to do the thing against Chase Sherman. He's coming in on short notice, so either he's in good shape or he's trying to fight out his contract. I don't know which one I believe
Isn't
more.
Justine Kish like way older?
Say that again?
Isn't Justine Kish like older than Cortez by quite a few years?
Yeah, and she's also been a little injury prone. I remember in the Ultimate Fighter, Kish had to exit the Ultimate Fighter because she blew out her knee.
Really?
Yeah, I was really upset. And she was one of like the top 3 because the way that the Ultimate Fighter worked in that season is they ranked everyone immediately as opposed to like picking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she blew out her knee, but yeah, the Romanov fight. I think Romanov should win, but a lot of people, there's a very small cult following behind Juan Espino. Like I've seen people compare him to like We're Doomed. They're like, he's the next We're Doomed. His grappling is legit, and you know, if it's legit and he submits Romanov from his back, that would be incredible.
Juan Espino is at plus 120 for odds, though. So I mean,
tight.
I think it's just because Alexander is a goddamn Russian. So I think they're just like, he's probably got it. Like
well, Romanov has wins in the UFC too. He's a known commodity.
But Espino isn't bad either.
No, not at all. And then a little bit of drama in the Jeremy Stephens versus Drakkar Klose face-off. Jeremy Stephens decided to shove Klose like across the stage.
Really? Why would you do that?
I'm not sure. You never know what people say, especially when they're wearing masks.
I suppose.
So.
Yeah, I mean, and these odds are tight, man. Minus 125 on Stevens and fucking plus 100 on Close, so like it's not.
And this is
pretty tight odds.
Is Jeremy's return to lightweight too.
Yeah, he was in heavyweight before, right?
Well, he was featherweight, and he was
he was
having trouble making weight. I think he actually missed weight against Kelvin Cater. Yeah, he did miss weight by 4 pounds. Jeez, and then he gets elbowed to death.
I didn't know. I thought he was middleweight. I didn't know he was flyweight. My bad.
No, Jeremy Stephens. He was the one that had that. The Connor like, who the fuck?
Oh yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck? I have the shirt.
I will say that Jeremy did respond that day on Twitter with a picture of Jeremy with his arm behind Connor's mom and said, "Your mom knows who I am," and I feel like that didn't get enough attention.
That did not get any of attention that it needed. Your mom knows who I am. I didn't know that to this day. That's legend. Jeremy, I want to meet him someday and congratulate him on saying some heat. That's fucking great. That's like when I
watching Carolina laugh. That was the other part of that one-liner, is seeing Carolina Kovacevic just giggle next to it. God, that was so hilarious.
Did I tell you about that time I asked OJ if he liked carving up the white meat for Thanksgiving?
Oh my good golly God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because that dude lives here. You see him sometimes. He's out and about.
Yeah, oh my God.
Just Thanksgiving was coming up. I'm like, hey, you gonna have a good Thanksgiving? Oh, you know, man, might have a good Thanksgiving this week. I'm like, okay, you be carving up that white meat or getting forward for the dark meat? And he walked away.
Jeremy Stephens has had 46
Wow,
fights.
You did not acknowledge how great...
fights, no contest.
I put my balls on the line to say that to OJ, and you did not appreciate that one bit.
Yeah.
I could have been stabbed.
You make those choices.
I could have
You're
been
an
Nicole
adult.
Brown. I could have been Nicole Brown. I could have, like...
Oh my gosh, you're a martyr. You're a self-tortured artist.
I am not a self-tortured artist. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude. Yeah, there's really nothing else I want to talk about. Hockey's been hockey, man. Not a whole lot to go on in the NHL. It's been the same of the same. Other than Chara went back to Boston and had my heart.
Oh, I know what we can talk about.
Oh, can we talk about HBO Max stuff?
We can talk about that, but we can also talk about the most unlikely thing that I thought would ever happen on this podcast.
You're right,
actually happening.
You're right. We gotta talk about... You won a golf bet. You won a golf bet.
And promoted it on this podcast.
Yeah, and
the
so,
Spieth at plus 900.
I think, I'm not going to bullshit to you, I think that makes up for all the wrong things that you've said so far.
That's it.
I think I think we're both at zeros now. I think we're lined up.
It's like the Super Bowl never happened.
it's like the McGregor fight didn't happen. It's like the Stipe fight didn't happen. It's like the I can keep going if you want any more lists of things you got wrong so far.
Yeah, I know. Right. The Frankie Edgar fight, that was a good one too.
You were wrong as fuck.
I said Sandhagen would win, but I thought Frankie would give him an audit, and it wasn't an audit. But yeah, so the heart of that exactly was I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me that Spieth is the best putter in the world, and the fast greens in Valero were definitely in his favor. And if he can get hot, and he hasn't won in a few years, and it's about time for him to win. And yeah, he did it. That putter was magic,
dude. I'm so happy that I listened to you on that as well, because that was one of those ones that I was like, I'll throw it in the parlay. I mean, we're already done. What's $5 really? You know, might as well. And it was like, you turned my $5 into much more than $5. It's like, oh, thank you, God.
Yeah, I mean, I put the tiny $10 action on it because I usually don't bet on golf, mostly because I don't know anything. And even look at the Masters this past week with the rain delay, dude. Like, that's how Decky won. Like, he just waited out the rain delay and then came out and just lit the course on fire when dudes were having to literally chip shot, into the wind.
Dude,
like, that's the thing with Augusta. Like, the winds at Augusta are so crazy.
Well, have you ever seen some of those hooks that those balls get when they, like, drive them and then it fucking woo? Is that wind or is that from the ball curving? Because
it's both.
It's both, because I golf just for the fuck of it, but I don't know the golf science. I never did golf team in school or anything, so I don't really know, but it pisses me off when you get, like, a good drive and then suddenly it curves to the left and it goes into the trees. And you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why they play in groups. But, I mean, Augusta, just think, the lead score after 2 days was 2 under.
Yeah, it's crazy.
2 under par. Like, that is, like, I mean, I remember Bryson went out and set one course on fire at, like, minus 17.
Holy shit.
But, yeah, I mean, Dustin Johnson didn't make the cut, and he's, like, the best in the world right now in the rankings. But, yeah, golf is it's a tough game, but the odds are so sweet, and oh my god, it is high fives all around when you win that bet.
That's one of the things I miss about Grand Forks is golf culture, and Grand Forks was big. Like, dudes loved golf up there. So, like, I could go golfing with people, and just, even the dudes who didn't play golf for the teams, which almost all of those people played golf for high schools or whatever, even if they didn't, they could teach you how to play golf. So, like, just me living there, I went from not being able to swing a golf club to actually being able to play golf and, like, do well on, like, corporate meetings and stuff. It's really cool. So shout out Grand Forks for teaching me golf, because that's a good sport to know. It's the only one you're going to play well into your 90s.
Yeah.
You won't be playing anything else. You're not out there playing soccer at 93. You're not.
Yeah, man. But there are funny storylines in golf too. Like, there was a storyline of Rahm's kid. Like, Rahm's wife was pregnant, and he said he would leave the course if she went into labor. And then 2 days before the tournament, she gave birth, and like, Rahm's gonna stay. And the line, like, exploded because nobody was betting on him because he might leave.
That's hilarious. Well, I mean, that Ali made a fuckload of people money because he stayed. He didn't leave. He stayed.
There's precedent for that too. I know Phil Mickelson left one year.
Well, that was because of his daughter's graduation.
Yeah, his daughter's graduation.
Yeah, I remember. And dude,
because she was valedictorian. Came down to the wire.
Well, what I loved about it, and first of all, shout out Phil Mickelson for being a fucking man about this, and like the way he handled it was a genius move because he said he was skipping, and then everyone started sending letters to the school to change the date of the graduation, and they started finding his daughter's Facebook and Instagram and being like, "Can you skip and just forgo to your dad?" And his dad came out, or Phil came out and was just like, "Hey, knock it off. Golf is not more important than my daughter, and that's final." And it was like, yes, slap those people away. Good. Sports is not the world.
He had a not like a rough Masters, but definitely not the Masters that he wanted to. But man, he had some magic moments right there. My girlfriend loves golf, so she just loves watching it.
His reverse when he gets into the sands and he like sends it forward so it goes behind him. You ever seen how he does those?
Yeah.
Though I can't even believe it. I watch golf just to see him get in those situations sometimes.
Gosh, he was so he rolled down the hill. I forget what hole it was, but he rolled down the hill and passed the green, and he goes up and just drives the ball right into the hill, and the ball pops clean into the air, lands right on the green. Like, the guy is just so savvy. He's got so many tricks.
Damn.
And watching him take his wedge out, he just smacks the ball 80 feet in the air, and it just comes straight down.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what
when Phil had that pay-per-view against Tiger, and he just walked the course with Tiger.
I know. It was one of those times where it was like, is Tiger getting that Gatorade sponsor? Nope, he's not. Nope, not at all. Remember when he got his Gatorade sponsorship pulled for, like, I don't remember what it was. I think he was, like, playing 18 holes on the side, too. I don't remember what exactly.
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
I'm funny and you know it.
Oh my god.
This will be a good time for me to say that I have my pay-per-view event on May 22nd, jakeridercomedy.com/tour for tickets. You should definitely buy it, because if you don't, I will be pissed about it. If I hear anyone ask me after the show, "Hey Jake, how'd the show go?" I will then know you didn't go to my show. Fuck you, buy the ticket. It costs like $20 or whatever the fuck. You spend that.
Well, it's cheaper on pre-sale.
Yeah, it's cheaper pre-sale. Go on my website. It's so cheap. And it's like, if you're like, "Oh, Jake, I don't want to listen to your jokes. You suck." That's fine. Randy Couture's in it. Okay, Sean Cooper's in it. All right, Kendrick.
Yeah, and Couture's been doing some big things. I think he's commentating for PFL this upcoming weekend.
Yep, he is. And not only that, he's the nicest guy on the planet. Brought his Hellcat over.
I have seen the picture of you with Couture.
Yeah, so he's a very nice person, and that's not only I've met him multiple times now. He is so
nice. What do his hands feel like? Are they like bricks?
He's way bigger in person than the camera makes him look too. He looks like he's stocked in the picture, but like, dude, he's a big man. He could his I can't even. I have big hands, dude. I really do have pretty big hands for my size. If you guys didn't know, I had a leg disease growing up, so I'm shorter. Like, in my legs, my wingspan is 6'2". If you didn't know, and I'm only 5'11" tall. So I have like 3 inches longer because I had like some leg degenerative disease or whatever the fuck. It was some bullshit. Anyway, so like my hands are
been goofy since birth.
Way bigger than my look how big my hands are compared to like normal hands. Like, these are just huge. They're just huge. And so like it was always easier for sports, but like even compared to him, because he's 6'3" in real life, and his hands are like Shaq. Like, it was ridiculous. He's big. And they're calloused as a motherfucker because all he does is work out.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because when I met Rashad and talked to him for a bit, I didn't think that he was that big, but it looked like even if I two-handed, like, technical foul shoved him, I couldn't move him.
No, he would push you back. You would lose your footing.
It would be like me pushing a brick wall.
You would lose your footing, and he would just look at you. He probably wouldn't even push you back. He'd just be like, how'd that go for you, dumbass? And then and then you tie.
It's like when LeBron drives in the paint.
Right.
People bounce off him
because he's
just so dense.
Can we talk about LeBron for a second? Because I have some things I'd like to say.
Is it about the movie?
No, well, I guess I think he deserves the movie, but I'm just saying I think he's a hell of an athlete, and I think he gets a really bad rap. Does he flop? Yeah, he does. But do I still think he's a very, very talented athlete? I think if you put him in football, he would do well. I think if you put him I think he's one of those players that you could pop him in a sport and he would just do well in it. You know, like I think he's. Plus, I don't know if you guys know, but he quietly like builds schools all over the place and like funds basketball teams and like buys jerseys for clubs and.
I feel like everyone isn't in on like this best kept secret, which is people flop against LeBron to get him in foul trouble. It's not like this. It's insane. People are like, "Oh, LeBron flopped this one time." I was like, "How many times that game
did he get flopped
did
against?
Somebody take a dive onto the court?
Yeah,
because they thought LeBron was gonna just train
or whatever. Yeah, exactly. You know, they set a pick, and before he even hit him, they were like, "Oh," and they were on the ground.
Dude, watching LeBron shoulder check that rookie. Did you see that where he shouldered? Dude,
he tried to set
welcome
a pick.
To the league, young man.
He basically tried to set a pick, and it wasn't like an official pick. He didn't cover up, but he was like just standing in the way. And LeBron was like, "Dude, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm 6'6". Okay, I weigh 300 pounds of muscle. I can knock you over with my pinky. My dick swing would knock you off your weight."
Oh, he smushed so bad. It's like watching a bird fly into glass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need to talk about real quick too. King Kong versus Godzilla.
Dude, that movie was such a disappointment.
That movie sucked.
That was so. I didn't know what to think when we were talking about the ancestral battle axe.
I was pissed.
The monkey battle axe that conveniently absorbs Godzilla nuclear breath. I also find it a little offensive that they had like a deaf Aboriginal girl as the only one who can talk to Kong.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the same thing. I was
That's a little offensive.
Does it have to be the adopted deaf Oriental girl who gets to fucking speak to Kong? Like, what is? I don't get it. I don't think that's a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
He only talks. Yeah, like she's the only one on a monkey level to speak with this monkey. Like,
Yeah. I don't want to take like movie physics like too seriously, but I have the biggest question that I have. How is there sunlight in the center of the Earth?
Dude, not only how is there sunlight, but how is there oxygen? Because there's.
This is just.
Now, how is there grass? How is there upside downville where you suddenly transform yourself vertically? And I'm not going to lie to you, if we're in the core of this, to be able to do that, I'm over here now, you'd have to be in the core. We know what the core is all about. It's 2021. That motherfucker's hot.
Yeah, I feel like, like there is like hilarious like bad history of like Hollow Earth and everything, but yeah, they really sent it. They really went for it.
About Hollow Earth, people still to this day think of Hollow Earth. Let me give you an example.
Yeah,
I have a friend who legitimately thinks that when the aliens invade, that they're coming out of Antarctica because that's where the portal to the inside of the world is. Not kidding.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope. Imagine being able to think that. Like, God, it'd be nice to be so fucking retarded.
Well, I just don't understand how they didn't go with the Pacific Rim side of it. Because they have the Pacific Rim universe, and that's just as crazy, and they're like, oh, it's just a portal to a different world, and we all just, portal to a different world.
Yep.
But no, they had to insist that this was to the Hollow Earth, I guess.
Yeah, which makes no sense, because everyone accepts the MCU, like it's like Iron Man flies into space and then falls with gravity in space back to the hole somehow, and like makes it and all this other shit. And everyone accepts it. Everyone's like, that's fine. But the second, like, they're like, oh, no, we couldn't make Godzilla come from somewhere else. It's already a lightning-breathing nuclear dinosaur. Like, we're already past the realm of logic, okay? Let's just fucking get it from somewhere else.
Yeah, and then they made a metal one controlled by
some
dragon
Asian dude who's
with AI.
Yeah, no, he's an Asian guy.
Oh, yeah, through, like, Ghidorah's cerebral capacity.
Yeah, they, like, tapped in with an AI into his neck. And they were like, all right, now this guy and the AI control this fucking thing. And then, they're like, oh my God, Kong and Godzilla team up. How?
Yeah, they do the buddy cop routine.
Fuck off. Fuck right off. Fuck off. You want to know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see zero battle axe bullshit like Kong came from the RuneScape world.
Man.
Like Kong just got
That's the most confusing thing.
And second, because he didn't get it. He didn't bring it with him from the island.
It didn't come with him. It just conveniently he's got the ancestral battle axe of the apes in New York. Here it is. It's here. What? Shut the fuck up.
I will say that was a pretty cool scene when Godzilla like breathed fire through the earth and they stared at each other. I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was so past it by then of this fucking movie.
Yeah, well, the thing that drives me nuts about it is it's like this is the exact movie that shouldn't have been made. Like, do the Kong vs. Godzilla movie, but don't have them team up against like a metal one. No, pick a winner, do the rematch Rocky style. Dude. Do Kong vs. Godzilla 2.
And then, or not only that,
the Kong.
Just Kong beats Godzilla, Kong becomes King Kong, and then we're done. Then we're done.
It was there.
And then we're done. That could happen. That could happen.
Then they do Godzilla vs. King Kong in the sequel.
Man, they could. You know what they could have done? They could have had a Zack Snyder cut now. They're gonna have a Zack Snyder cut, and it's gonna be dope.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I've watched that movie at least 7 times.
Oh yeah, you're about 3 hours.
I love that movie.
It's confusing how much money was spent on it that just didn't make it to the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
Like, how can you have these giant Amazonian battle scenes that just never made it to the theatrical?
For real, dude.
Like, how much are those? Yeah, that had to have cost a lot to get all those women at the same height and shit to charge or whatever.
Yeah, and all the AI horses and stuff, and like, dude.
Yeah, for real.
At the same time, Snyder did know what he was doing.
Of course he knew what he was doing, dude.
They're like, you're making a PG-13 Justice League movie. He's like, all right, Batman drops the F word. God, the guy knew exactly what he was doing.
Batman says, Batman kills people a lot of times.
Dude, it wasn't even like a funny icebreaker. It was like him threatening the Joker. It was like, oh wow,
we'll fucking kill you.
And then it's that, and then that really weird looking ugly ass Joker. It's like, no, you're supposed to laugh, not sound like a crow. What the fuck was that?
You know how he developed that laugh?
By fucking getting chop blocked in the throat a couple times? What? I don't know.
No, so he did like an undercover boss type deal where he sat on park benches and just started maniacally laughing to creep people out while they were like reading.
And that's the one he came up with?
Yeah, apparently that's the tried and true one.
Well,
method actors, man.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm an actor,
Just
and I don't do that.
You're out there feeding the pigeons, and Jared Leto starts laughing next to you.
I mean, would anyone even know it's Jared Leto? I mean, does anyone even know who Jared Leto is?
Probably not.
Let's be honest. I didn't even know who he was till this fucking movie. I had no idea. I mean, I heard the name, but like, okay, you're not The Rock,
right? Like, how funny is that? Like, Zack Snyder goes to Warner Brothers and they just have to cancel the entire Jared Leto scene from the theatrical cut. Like, they're like, we just can't salvage it. Like, just like.
Plus, I mean, they had what's the guy's name that plays Superman? What's his name again?
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. He is standing with a Superman shirt on in front of the Zack Snyder Justice League poster in Times Square, and not one person recognized him. Like, he's on the poster, and he's not even.
I think I've said it before, but man, there is something disrespectful about having a British Superman.
Not only is there something disrespectful to having a British Superman, there's something disrespectful to everyone insisting that someone would recognize Clark Kent with the glasses on when no one even recognized the actor standing in front of the fucking poster of himself. I don't think anyone has to worry about the identity of Superman wearing glasses, because they just let the real one go and had no clue.
I mean, jeez. That shtick is kind of funny, though.
Well, Superman also, I feel like, got way tougher in this one. Compared to the Batman vs. Superman, I feel like this Superman had a lot more strength than the other one.
Oh, I know what I liked about the Flash scenes. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the one at the pet store, that was
when he
dope.
ran out and poked the glass, and then he, like, saved her from a car crashing or whatever. And plus,
I did think when he ran through the glass, he's got his pointer finger out. He's running through the glass. I thought that was a little goofy. But
well, that's probably what would happen if you slowed it down like that. It probably would flex like that.
Well, yeah. I don't disagree with it, but you could tell like the CGI was breaking down.
Oh, yeah, they were at their limits. They were at their limits with that. They were using fucking Premiere Pro from Adobe. They were like, that's the most we can do with this. We don't have much more that we can do. No,
yeah, they're like, you understand it'll take us 6 weeks to render this clip.
I wonder what video editing they use, because I use DaVinci. Do you know what DaVinci editing is? Like, there's some Hollywood places that use DaVinci, and that's what I use.
Okay.
But I wonder what they use, because theirs is so far above what DaVinci can do.
So let's give the people a parlay, the ones that made it to the end of this podcast.
You're still here.
So we're
Venmo me a request for $1 because I will pay it for you for making it. No, I'm kidding. There's too many of you now. The crowd's grown too big and we can't do it anymore. There's a couple hundred listeners, which is crazy. This is my fastest grossing podcast on the network.
And as it deserves to be.
Virtual high five. Virtual high five. We're doing great. Clap.
That's it, dude.
Yes,
that's
dude.
it. But so quick 4-man parlay.
Do it.
Alexander Romanov,
Yep.
Lupita. She's fighting Jessica Penne. We are fading Jessica Penne.
We are.
We're taking Tracy Cortez over
We
Justine Kish. I'm
100%.
going against you on this. So we'll talk next week about maybe I have to eat some crow on that. And then we got Robert Whitaker.
We have Whitaker.
That is plus 325.
Yeah, as of now, odds and lines are obviously subject to change as the day gets closer. But as of right now, this is April 17th. That's tomorrow, actually. So it's coming up.
Yeah, man. And honestly, if you take out Whitaker on that, it's probably a little safer bet.
Yeah.
Because Kelvin does have some hands. I'm confident in Whitaker, but the meme is short notice Kelvin.
Yeah.
Like Kelvin took the Bisping fight on short notice. He took the Vitor fight on short notice. And he won by knockout both times.
You're right. So I mean, you never know. You just fucking don't with these. It's the UFC. It's always you just don't know with these. That's what's so great about the UFC.
But it goes both ways, man. Both Whitaker and Gastelum, this is their second training camp for each other, and they did the Ultimate Fighter too, where Whitaker beat him in a hilarious 5K run where he lapped him. That was so brutal. Dana's like, so for the coach's challenge in 104-degree Vegas heat, we're gonna have him run a 5K.
Let me tell you something.
But it's not like they're in fight camp. It's like Kelvin would look so out of shape.
105 isn't even that bad, and I feel bad saying that, but man, this past summer in Vegas was 120 regularly, like 114 to 120. It was hot here last summer, man.
It's just so crazy because
the blacktop
Whitaker is like a triathlete.
Yeah, dude.
So he's very used to it. Kelvin is not a runner, and he got lapped on a course that was 12 laps.
That's horrible.
It was 12 laps for 3.2 miles.
Yeah,
or 3.1.
I remember doing those back in the day. Fuck that.
So funny. Kelvin got lapped. The people on his team are like running with him to keep him going.
All right, man. Think that's it for this one?
That's it. And then we got a mini coming out. Do you want to promote that?
Yeah, we have a mini episode coming out. That will come out just the day after this one comes out. So this one's getting launched tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So by the time you hear it, it'll be April 17th, the day of the fucking fight. And then the min. Do you want to talk about the mini? We could launch that on Sunday.
Well, the fight will be over.
Oh yeah, we'll have to launch at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, we'll do 6 a.m. and then 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, bitches. We'll see you for the mini episode. Take care.